Welcome to the 2012 Channel 7 and the West Australian Christmas Pageant, supported by Lotterywest and the City of Perth.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening and welcome wherever you're watching us tonight around Western Australia on Channel 7 and GWN7. I'm Mark Gibson from Today Tonight, and it's my great pleasure to introduce a new co-host this year, the Lord Mayor of Perth, the Right Honourable Lisa Scafidi. Lisa, welcome to you.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to be here, co-comparing with you, and I'm so thrilled that the pageant has returned to Saturday night.
Aren't we all? The city is looking magnificent. The lights are about to light up the sky, and we can see by the kids behind, the crowd has certainly come out in force.
The crowd is amazing. I can't believe already, and people are so excited about it. I've been stopped by people all week saying how thrilled they are about the pageant being on in evening time again.
A lot of work's gone into it, more than 12,000 lights to light up all those floats. The floats are just about ready, but we've got a special role now. You've done this before as Lord Mayor.
Yes, Lord Mayor's cut a lot of ribbons, but tonight I'm very pleased to say that I've given that honour to the telethon children.
The telethon stars for 2012, Connor and Sophie, cutting the ribbon. There they go to start the Christmas pageant. Let's get things underway. What a beautiful shot to start the 2012 Channel 7 and the West Australian Christmas pageant, with our official banner holders being the Chrissy Westwood Modelling and Casting Agency. Don't they look lovely, Lisa?
They look fabulous. Oh, and there we go, the City of Perth Band. How proud am I to see our own City of Perth Band doing us beautifully proud there. The City of Perth Band was established in 1911, Mark, and has been a part of our Perth music scene ever since. We actually have two bands, a brass band and a concert band.
Right.
And the marching band, which are performing today, are actually made up of members from both of that. And of course, they've got the City of Perth red T-shirts on.
They look great. Let's have a quick listen.
There's the Lotterywest float. Lotterywest is proud to once again support this year's Christmas pageant, and this float's theme is the Stars of Christmas. Each star on the float represents a charity group helping make Christmas brighter for people in need.
And there's so many charity groups that your Lotterywest money goes towards, but have a look at this bloke. Here he is. He's always the star of the show, isn't he?
Oh yeah, everybody loves Fat Cat, and he's waving to the crowd. He's looking good.
Oh, and look at, you know who it is? It's Santa's Australian run RAC Boomers sleigh, which is Rudolph in the FX Holden Ute, with 6 white boomers in the front, all fitted with rocket packs, which are powered by the magic generated by Christmas cheer. Completely emissions-free, of course. OK, we're on to the Philippines community. Here we are, the multicultural section of the parade, giving us the true meaning of Christmas.
Absolutely. The Philippine communities of WA do such a great job. They're very supportive. And here they are helping us celebrate Christmas with dancing the Sinulog from the island of Cebu and worshipping the birth of Jesus.
We've got the City of Coburn Pipe Band, and they're wearing the Isle of Man tartan. They've just returned from New York, these guys, where they were the very first Australian band to play for the St Patrick's Day Parade. That's a good achievement.
And coming in there, number 11 is Maddie Works Incorporated and the Explosive Dance Theatre Company. Mega Maddie has volunteered to be the star of Bethlehem and to link the old and the new nativity. They're also joined by some angels, shepherds and Roman soldiers.
Oh, here we go. Look at the wise men.
Oh, we know who that one is, don't we? There's Barra.
Adrian Barrage, we've got Graham Butler and Rob Scott, all on the Kalamunda camels, being the three pretending to be wise men.
They snuck around the corner when we weren't looking, didn't they? But they look good.
They did. It's nice to see Barra covered up this year. He was showing a bit of leg last year.
Fantastic. And there we have the float there presenting the nativity scene. Kids Plus and GFS is a well-established organisation that represents the Anglican Church, offering a wide range of activities to young people from spiritual, intellectual, social and physical development. Oh, and there's the Girl Guides. They've been involved in our community for years, haven't they, Mark?
Yeah.
And certainly they do a great role. And it's available for girls between from 5 years of age. And, of course, they've been doing so much.
Were you ever a Girl Guide?
No, I didn't manage to fit that into my busy life.
We've got Roxanne's Dance Workshop, you can see there, as we're taking on a new chapter of the pageant here, where we're looking at Santa's Workshop and the elves. Roxanne's Dance Workshop are based in Gin Gin and Lancelin and Bindoon. They're providing dance for country kids who also love the opportunity to come into the city to take part in the pageant.
Oh, here's a gorgeous float. Look at that one. That's the polar bear float. And on board and alongside the polar bear float, we see little polar bears from Vogue Entertainment.
We're lucky having Christmas in the southern hemisphere, aren't we? We look at that and it looks freezing cold.
I love that float. That's pretty.
It looks beautiful, but it also looks very cold.
Yes.
Not like this warm Perth evening we have tonight. Coming up behind them as well, you can just see them in the distance. We've got the students from the Rosemary Fox Dance Academy who are also celebrating the Winter Wonderland. It's their 19th year in the pageant, so that's terrific. And all of the dancers are hoping that they've been good enough that Santa will arrive on Christmas Day.
Okay, here we have the Beverly Margaret School of Dance. And of course we see some beautifully dressed students in white and silver romantic-looking tutus. And they represent the snowflakes that gracefully fall through the sky in many parts of the world over Christmas.
The elves on their float, here we go. They've been working very hard to make all the toys for the children in Western Australia. They're excited that all their work will make so many people happy this Christmas, which is not too far away.
Oh, beautiful. Now we have the WA Police Pipe Band, directed by Pipe Major Jim Murray. And certainly the current Australian pipe band champions, I believe, in Australia. The band proudly wears the Napier tartan and supports the West Australian Police through their community engagement. Following the WA Police Pipe Band in his sporty red Christmas car is WA's favourite, Constable Care, all dressed up for the pageant. He and his team of helpers have been teaching kids to do the right thing for over 22 years.
And we've now got the Mindarie Regional Council, which living with less waste is their mantra. As you enjoy the Christmas season, you've got to try and keep in mind a few key messages to reduce, reuse, recycle and dispose wisely. And I know coming up behind, this is my favourite, Lisa. This is brand new this year. Check him out. He
looks fantastic. This is the second new float of the pageant, and this is the Courageous Captain Christmas Pageant, an amazing superhero to protect the pageant from evil forces, Mark.
Now, you know there are some special powers. Tell me what they are.
Oh, they're fantastic. His special powers include, wait for it, sunbeam eyes, super strength, and wait for this one, the Fremantle Dr. Breath to blow away the storm clouds.
And look at the city skyline. The guys have done a terrific job this year. You can see Brookfield Place, the
beautiful.
BHP Tower. That is, as of tonight, that's what our city skyline looks like. And Council House lit up with...
I know you were waiting for me to mention that one.
With your LED lights up the side. Now, Perth Allied Costumers is a volunteer charity organisation dedicated to making theatrical quality costumes of comic and movie superhero characters and entertaining children at parties, hospitals and conventions. You can see heaps of superheroes in there.
The SES volunteers make themselves available to attend emergencies 24 hours a day when called upon, 7 days a week, come rain, hail or shine.
It's great to include them in the pageant. We know just recently we had storms again, you know, all times of year. Those are the guys out there in their orange overalls that are always out there to help us when we need it.
There's the sheriff's car. That looks fantastic.
The performance of the WA Chinese community groups includes the traditional dragon drums dance, the legend dance, the lantern dance, Yangji dance, and there's a special performance of paddle boats in there as well. They're adding a lot of brightness and colour to our Christmas pageant, which is terrific.
Okay, there we have the Festival of Chariots representing the Hare Krishna movement. And of course, every year in India this is celebrated. And of course, every ancient festival that they have all over the world. The festival is aimed at spreading the goodwill and joy to all of the people of the world. And they look very joy-filled there, Mark, don't
Spectacular. That's going up pretty high, that float.
Absolutely. They represent a reunion of friends and relatives, and they're bringing much joy and happiness this evening to Perth.
Terrific. And in a sea of colour and excitement, the Centre of Rhythm performers have escaped their genie lamps for the night to show off their dance skills and wish all of Perth a very Merry Christmas.
Oh, and there we have the Jelly Bellies WA, a group of children aged from 8 to 15 years who learn belly dancing. They look resplendent today in their colourful costumes and their ISIS wings. The costumes are all authentically styled and they're true belly dancing style costumes. Satin skirts, harem pants, chiffon tops and the famous coin belts.
Excellent. And I know that they're just in front of the Aladdin's lamp. There we go. Natalie Bonjolo waving from Today Tonight, my colleague there. Nat, g'day Nat. Waving to the crowd with the rub of the magic lantern. The genie has been spirited to grant magical wishes for all. And giving us some wonderful sounds also on board is Julian Silburn playing the sitar and Bruno on drums, as well as some more of those Jelly Belly dancers. Doesn't Nat look beautiful tonight?
She does. That colour suits her.
This is actually Centre Stage Dance and Entertainment. So they're the ones taking us on this journey through Africa this Christmas with their funkiest safari costumes. There's the safari bus with the African animals that have left the jungle and are here on safari. The photo safari bus visiting Perth for the festive season. They've been giving the Tivoli Club of WA a helping hand in their cabaret shows. And again tonight in the pageant, loving every moment of it. They're having a great time on that safari bus, waving and blowing kisses.
Yeah, the animals are doing their thing up there.
The African animals are having a great time, but there's also a group from the Buster Groove Performance School are also in there, giving them a helping hand.
And here we have the students from Starstruck Dance Studio. The students from this studio love to dance a whole range of styles, including hip-hop, contemporary, ballet, jazz, tap, acrobatics and cheerleading. Yes, and then we've got the students from the Dance Gallery. They're on their way to America in April 2013. No doubt they're very excited and looking forward to participating in the Disneyland Main Street Parade. The Dance Gallery is located in Morley and it's now in its 17th year of operation.
And just behind them, the team from XS Dance in Mandurah. They've travelled up from Mandurah to be part of the pageant, which is terrific, with their magical Christmas stocking that is bringing the toys to life. There they are, the XS Dance Company in Mandurah. Now the stocking that they've got has the power in its musical beats to awaken a truckload of toys. But enjoy them, because before dawn they'll be back under the tree ready for Christmas morning.
I hope we're awakened with a truckload of toys and presents, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. The Macedonian community of WA and the Macedonian dance group wearing their traditional cultural costumes, proudly flying the Macedonian flag. And I checked with my Macedonian friend Lisa, and Dobro večer means good evening in Macedonian. There you go. So hello to all our Macedonian community.
Sounds good to me, Mark. There we have the students at Showtime Children's Club, and they're doing a great range of dance styles there. And again, they're a group that do all of the dance styles from hip-hop, jazz and even cabaret. Tonight, they are taking the Christmas pageant through France with their colourful sequined costumes, sparkling smiles and their high kicks.
We've got the Perth Highland Pipe Band, a competitive pipe band led by Pipe Major Andrew McCormack and Drum Sergeant David Johnston. They wear the McLennan tartan in honour of the founding Pipe Major Lewis McLennan. The band was formed back in 1946. Let's have a quick listen to them.
Now we go back a bit in time to find Grey Company, who are helping defend St George's Castle from the ferocious dragon. The two princesses on board are Kate Smithers and Tracy Moran from 7 News.
Look at that, Lisa. The crowd is absolutely jam-packed down William Street.
I think it's got even busier in the last little while.
Probably has. People coming in and having a look. We've got the zany firefighting clowns, who are a dedicated group of students from the Canning Vale College Circus Troupe. They volunteer their time to present shows within the community for primary schools, retirement homes, special needs facilities, hospitals and charity events. The team's led by coordinator Crystal Challenger.
Helping out with Dragon Breath spot fires is the DFES fire engine, and it looks really good. It's had a good polish today, I'm sure, for the pageant. This is a Motor 28A 1952 Dennis Heavy Pumper, which was used by the Perth Fire Station until 1975. Its pump is still working and it can deliver as much water as a modern-day fire engine.
We're on to our Greek dance group, the St Andrews Greek dance group. Santa's last stop in Europe on our little journey here is in the Greek Isles. This group is made up of young people who, through Greek dance, promote the culture of their school. They're bonded by their love and enjoyment of Greek dance, and they have a wide variety of dances representing Greece, from her beautiful islands to the vast mountain regions. The diversity of cultures amongst its members makes the group very special.
And now Santa has arrived in North America, and certainly he's crossed the Atlantic, and here we go. The kids from Showtime Club take you to the wild west of the USA for a Christmas hoedown. Dressed in colourful Western costumes with cowboy hats and gun holsters, they would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas.
So there you go. You can see some of the cowboys and cowgirls of today and tomorrow demonstrating their roping skills in the background behind the horse there.
Beautiful horse too, all decked out with Christmas lights.
Absolutely. There we go, a bit of whip cracking going on in the background.
Yes.
And following on behind them is the Swan Valley Wagon Trails horse-drawn carriage as well. There's the lads doing a bit of whip cracking.
Oh, very good. There's Monica Koss. Hi, Monica.
Some familiar faces.
Oh, there you go. And I think they're her two boys, and there's Ricardo. Hi, Rick.
Ricardo's there, and that is Monica's sons. We got a quick look there. Monica's sons are Angus and Denham, who love taking part in the pageant every year, as does Rick, sitting up the front there, waving regally to the crowd.
That's great. More cowgirls from Turning Point Performance Academy. Based in Heathridge, Turning Point is a dance school teaching a range of styles, including jazz, tap, ballet, hip-hop, cheerleading, and specialising in acrobatics.
Check
and
this
there
out.
they go.
Check this out.
Wow, that's called spinning around the corner.
Is it? Is that the technical term? It's like some of the sights you see on telethon there. Some of these acrobatic feats. And the children at Centre Stage Dance and Entertainment are celebrating a fantastic year of music and dance. They're displaying some of the gorgeous costumes from their annual end-of-year concert they've just had.
Oh, beautiful. Now we've reached New Orleans, and here is the paddle steamer with fabulous Dixieland jazz music coming from the Storyville Jazz Band.
That's a beautiful float.
Beautiful. Steering the ship is Captain Samantha Jolly. There she is, looking gorgeous, from 7 News. Also on board, enjoying the southern hospitality, are the students from Beverly Margaret School of Dance. That's an upbeat one.
And we said, you know, returning to nighttime with the pageant, look how good that looks with the lights all lit up. The Mississippi steamer looking an absolute treat in the city tonight. Also, in theme of the showboats, we've got some sailors and some showgirls you can see here from Vogue Entertainment doing a few little routines for us tonight. Merry Christmas to you, girls.
There they are. We welcome very talented dancers who are there from the Talent Co-Dance and Entertainment. This school was recently awarded the Best Dance School Performance Shield and has received it for several years, in fact, Mark.
Good on them. There we go. We can see why with some of those moves. Straight from Madison Square Garden in New York City, if you don't mind, are the students from Let's Dance Studios. They're up in Darch in our northern suburbs. Their dazzling display of pink costumes. They say they're inspired by Madonna and Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin, they say here. I don't remember seeing Ricky Martin in a pink tutu, but you never know. Anything's possible.
And I can hear them, and I can just see them now. The Sambanistas, as Perth's longest-running samba group, the Sambanistas recreate the carnival atmosphere of Rio. And here tonight, Mark, they have a pirate twist, performing Brazilian rhythms, and with their vibrant costumes, the Sambanistas encourage everyone to experience the energy and excitement of drumming and dancing.
More pirates coming here, more infamous pirates from Showtime Children's Club, who are always searching for that elusive buried treasure. At the helm and on the lookout for the treasure is Pirate Captain Cassie Silver from Today Tonight. I can't see Cassie on there yet.
Cassie,
there she is, sitting up, perched up high. She likes being up high, having a little view down on everyone, waving her sword around.
She makes a very cute pirate there.
Ahoy there, Cassie.
Yeah. Look at her, beautiful.
That's a terrific costume, isn't it? We're moving into another continent. We're going into South America now.
Yes, we are. The Races Latinas is representing the vastness and diversity of the South American people from Bolivia and Peru to the tips of Chile and the surrounding countries. The group showcases colourful costumes worn by members from all over Latin America. Whilst dancing along to the Andean music, they will wish all the people of Perth a wonderful Christmas.
There's some good costumes. I mentioned before that the multicultural groups with these colours and costumes, it's so good to see. And bringing to the pageant some wonderful jaguars and Brazilian rainforest animals are the people from Roxanne's dance workshop. They're based in Gin, and these students love to travel to Perth each year for the pageant. It's such a special event, and it's a good little trip out and entertaining the crowds through the streets of Perth.
They look so fit. Well done to them.
You must be thrilled, Lisa, that the pageant is going through the CBD like this.
Oh, it really is beautiful, and you can see that people are totally enthralled by what they're seeing. And now we have the Dance Fever studio, and this is a tribute to Carmen Miranda, and the students are dancing to Dance Fever. These studios are based at Ellenbrook. Dance Fever offers really good classes in all of the dance genres again, and for boys and girls aged between 3 and 16 years. And Mark, the emphasis they have is on fun. So here we have Partido Loco, and they are Ellenbrook Secondary College's Samba Ensemble. It consists of students from years 7 to 12 with both music and non-musical backgrounds. They perform at community events and represent their schools so well.
Okay, the Cheer, Tumble and Fly dance crew are now here to power up the steam train with their cheers and chants. They're joined by the Fit Controller and their club mascot, CTF Cow. There it is, the CTF Cow waving at the front.
Joining us for their first pageant are members of the Perth Roller Derby. The group performed in 2008 when a group of inspired women met each other at a screening of the documentary Hell on Wheels. They certainly look like they're having a lot of fun, and what a great way to keep fit and really be a part of this pageant.
There we go, we've got
Fantastic.
a train or a chain of them going, snaking around the corner. Tell you what, it's a 2-kilometre route, you know. We just get this quick snapshot as they come past us here in our broadcast position, but they do well to go right around the whole 2-kilometre route.
They've done a few Ks, definitely.
This year, Dance Force and Bent Knee Creative joined forces to bring the new Wacky Wheels theme to life. Dance Force's Michelle Manning and Bent Knee Creative's Tony Millett have been providing entertainment and tuition for over 30 years in Perth and abroad. Okay, we've got the Thomas the Tank Engine. That's always a favourite as well. The happiest little train from the Kahuna Koala Park. And the passengers on board are more of the crew from Cheer, Tumble and Fly. Kahuna's out at Byford, isn't it, Lisa?
Yes, it is, and they are certainly a wonderful place to visit because children can learn all about the native animals in their natural habitat. And there's a koala on the back of that one there. Well, here we see Tina Altieri enjoying a very luxury ride from today to night. And there she is, accompanied by her son.
Look at that handsome boy next to her.
Doesn't he look beautiful? There's Jackson and Percy the Penguin. What a trio.
How lucky's Jackson? He gets to ride around in a convertible like that with his mum, Tina Altieri, on one side, and Percy the Penguin on the other.
Oh, they look fantastic. Hi, Tina. We're right close to you.
We're right there. Well, she looks gorgeous as always, Tina, sitting up. That's the way you want to travel around the pageant route, isn't it?
Oh, very nice. And how handsome is Jackson? Okay, now we have the Perth City Night Riders, a group of guys and girls who build and restore vintage bikes. They ride every Friday night around different Perth City night spots, and they enjoy having lots of fun. The bikes are wild custom choppers, 80s old school BMXs, and 70s swing bikes and dragsters, and generally environmentally friendly electric bikes as well.
They've gone to a lot of effort. They've decorated them with tinsel. Some of them have got lights on them. I love that. Look at that.
They've decked up for Christmas, and they've put themselves into some different costumes too.
Some of them are going the wrong way up a one-way street there.
I
Is that?
think That's called buying a bit of time, actually, and they're just doing a few circles.
We've also got now showcasing their skills the junior members of Wheelchair Sports WA and their families. This is their first time in the pageant, so a very big welcome to all of you. The association provides people with a physical disability the opportunity to compete in sport, recreation and social programs. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. It's always good to have new members of our community joining in the Christmas pageant.
Coming up behind them are soapboxes, and they are the Formula One design of the old billy cart. This sport is for children aged between 6 and 17 years. As they have no motors, soapboxes race downhill and can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometres an hour.
80 k's?
Yeah.
The big red vintage vehicle brings to a reminder, I guess, of vehicles of days gone by. And look, waving up there, they're just going around the corner. I know that we've got Alison Hembrough on there from 7 News with her son Harry. And we've got young Charlie DeBoer, who's coming back for his second pageant because Charlie was on there with me last year. And I know he's in there tonight. You can just see the little hands waving in the middle there.
Yes, you can. That looks like your style of transport, Mark.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. You're up high. There's Harry and Alison's son. There's Alison and little Charlie on the left.
Beautiful.
Charlie just turned 8 this week too.
Okay, now Santa travels across the big ocean towards the final leg of his round world trip. We now see the West Academy of Dance and Drama bringing us some underwater creatures, and so we welcome students from West End Academy of Dance and Drama. We're very excited to see them a part of the pageant once again this year.
Lots of different dance groups from all over Perth and beyond, all making their trek into the city in some fantastic costumes. Hello, girls. These are actually the Beverley Margaret School of Dance. They're based in Rockingham, and I know they're always involved in the pageant and telethon and all these big 7 events we do in the community. They offer professional training and performance opportunities for WA students, but as well as interstate and overseas people. And they're currently rehearsing for Disneyland in Florida, if you don't mind.
Escorting Santa across the big ocean is the Falun Dafa ship, which showcases a mythical realm from ancient China. Also offering protection to Santa are 2 sea dragons, fan dancers, and the Falun Dafa waist drummers. They're just coming up now.
The yellow stands out, doesn't it? Beautiful. Falun Dafa, it's an ancient Chinese self-improvement practice for mind, body and spirit. The Falun Dafa practitioners live their lives in accordance with the universal principles of truthfulness, we saw this written on there, compassion and tolerance. 100 million people, if you don't mind, in 112 countries around the world enjoy the practice. So
that's a big group, and there we have another dragon.
This is all part of the Falun Dafa group, wishing the people of Perth a very Merry Christmas. And we thank them for taking part and creating their community float and looking as lovely as they do tonight on the streets of Perth.
Here we have the Seagulls, and they're from Turning Point Performance Academy, who compete in various WA competitions and have done throughout 2012. Within the acrobats there, we see some of them dressed as coral, and certainly they should be flipping their way through the streets, but they're just catching up to the crowd.
There they go.
There they go. They're on a roll again.
That's some acrobatic feats. We're now entering Santa's leg through Southeast Asia. It means he's getting closer to Perth, Western Australia. And we have the Filipino-Australian Multicultural Association. Their Subli is a dance that's performed in nearly all the villages of the Filipino towns of Buwan, Batangas. It's a ceremonial worship dance performed in homage to the Holy Cross. It originated 300 years ago. And the name Subli comes from 2 words meaning stooped or in a crouching position, and broken. So some of the male dancers you can see are in a forward bent position throughout the dance.
And now we have the Thai cultural community of Western Australia, and they're bringing to the pageant their Loy Krathong festival. Loy means to float, while Krathong refers to the lotus-shaped receptacle which can float on the water. The Krathong is decorated with flowers, candles and incense sticks, and this festival is meant to be a time to celebrate. And there's a beautiful lady sitting in a big pink lotus.
Lotus leaf.
Gorgeous.
And we're on to these are animals from Paws. It's the People and Animal Welfare Society bringing us animals from Southeast Asia to fit in with the theme. And all on board and beside their faithful double-decker bus. They're after a fun and safe Christmas. That's a mighty fine-looking bus they've got there.
And now we have the Selendang Sutra junior dancers from the Settlers Primary School in Valdivas, and they're proud students showing off the Indonesian traditional dance. And of course, Indonesia is our closest neighbour, and they're well represented this evening. These enthusiastic students also study the Indonesian language and are thrilled to participate in this year's Christmas pageant.
They are our closest neighbour, aren't they? And we've got a couple of Indonesian entries here because these next group are representing the same country. A group from Perth's Indonesian community dressed in traditional clothing and very colourful costumes, as you can see. They represent the many different regions of Indonesia and their culture, and they're proud to be part of all this. I mean, you know, it's easy to think of Indonesia as being Bali, but it's a lot bigger than that, and they're representing
a lot more islands than just Bali.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Must do that one day. Check out some of those islands of Indonesia. There are so many of them.
They look gorgeous in those peacock-style costumes. They're very
beautiful outfit.
resplendent.
She's getting a good reception, isn't she? Lapping it up.
Yes. Okay, so now we have students from Joondalup Primary School, and the students are representing the Rich Arts program at the school through Indonesian costumes from Sulawesi Island and the cultural Indonesian studies that they do, as well as the African jungle costumes to represent the award-winning circus program. The arts play such a major role at Joondalup Primary School, with Indonesian studies exploring the traditional performing arts of Indonesia and the Asian region.
The students there, you can see, are playing Indonesian bamboo instruments called angklung, as well as performing a traditional fan dance. They've chosen to entertain us with Ode to Joy, Jingle Bells and Silent Night, some of the favourite Christmas carols at this time of year. Well, she's giving her little friend a hand there, I think. Here we go. Santa is about to travel down under, Lisa. It means there's not long to go.
That's right, and there's Buster Groove again, dressed as cute little Aussie animals. We welcome those students back, and they're looking really cool and funky, aren't they? And they're having fun. Yeah.
They love the camera, going up and blowing kisses.
Their costumes too, Mark, are designed by Storm Dance and Design.
And here we go. We've got the Perth Concert Band. This is one of Perth's oldest and most respected concert bands because it dates back to 1920, not too far now for their centenary. A community band, Perth Concert Band, is made up of people of all ages and walks of life, looking very smart, of course, in their uniforms. And we thank them for playing these Christmas carols. We should just quickly tune in.
RAC vehicle taking the turn there, Mark. What would the pageant be without them?
Just checking on the floats, I think, just in case none break down.
That's right. Okay, coming up now we have students and teachers from Currumbine Primary School, and they're having what we would call a lazy Western Australian Christmas beside the beautiful Swan River with a delicious barbecue cooking. The Carnaby cockatoo is sitting up high in the West Australian Christmas tree with loads of presents underneath, all ready to be opened soon.
You don't get much more Aussie than that. I can see the tongs and the snagger in the tongs with the barbecue.
That's a cute float. And the black swan, there we go.
Yeah, that was a new float last year, actually, so it's great to see them back for a second year. Waving the tongs.
As you do.
We've now got the biggest single group in the pageant. This is, again, very local, representing the 12 days of West Australian Christmas. Most of these costumes were designed and made by the Ellenbrook community. The Ellenbrook Community Youth Performance Group is a not-for-profit talent school. They've been operating in... Oh, there's Rolf Harris, really.
They look good.
They've been operating in that
boards.
Ellenbrook area for 10 years. It is the wobble boards and the wigs, making sure they look like little Rolf Harrises. So we've got the 12 days of West Australian Christmas. We're going to run through them, Lisa?
Put your best singing voice on, Mark Gibson.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
12 wildflowers blooming.
We've got 11 boards are wobbling. We've seen them. 10 frilled neck lizards.
Oh, aren't they cute?
So we're up to the 10th day of Christmas.
9 miners mining.
Here we go. So this is the miners mining. The biggest nugget you can see is a replica of the biggest nugget ever found in Kalgoorlie, in WA that is, near Kalgoorlie in 1931. So as we move through, on the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
8 galahs are squawking.
There you go. Whether you love them or hate them, they're a WA icon, aren't
They're
they? The
beautiful.
galahs. I hope they're okay in those suits. I'm sure they are, not too
I'm
hot.
sure they're pretty hot. In
Well,
those suits look pretty warm.
This is why the pageant's back at night time, you see. They don't have to get too hot.
7 surfers surfing, because of course we know WA has some of the best surfing beaches in the world.
We certainly do. We're very proud of our beaches, aren't we? So these guys are representing the surfers surfing, whether it's down in Margaret River or Trig Beach in Perth.
And 6 emus racing, and they look like they're having a grand old time.
That looks very good, actually, doesn't it? Riding along on the back of the emus. And then on the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me...
That. 5 pies and sauce.
Is that your singing voice?
Not my
Lovely.
very good one, just a voice. Yeah. Oh, everyone loves a meat pie, though.
This is our chance to get very parochial, isn't it now? This is very Aussie Christmas with the tomato sauce in the map of Australia on top of the pies.
Well, they look too nice to eat.
Getting a bit peckish too. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me...
Can we see them
There
yet?
it is.
There they are. 4 shearers shearing.
That sheep's getting a good...
A real pampering.
yeah, a good working over, isn't it? On the 3rd day of Christmas...
3 Christmas spiders. And of course you'll see these little critters popping up all over the bush this time of year. They're very cute costumes.
That's true. We've got 3. Well, they've lost one of them. There's 2 Christmas spiders, and there's the 3rd.
There he is.
She's giving a thumbs up to the camera. So on the 2nd day of Christmas, my true love gave to me...
2 numbats. They're cute, but they look a little bit scary there right now.
They do.
But they are endangered species, and they're only found in Western Australia, and also known as the banded bandicoot. And of course, playing the didgeridoo is the much-loved Dr. Richard Wally. He's a great friend of everyone here in Perth. He plays a mean didgeridoo.
Absolutely. They don't get much better than that. There he is.
Fantastic. And no doubt there's some of his relatives waving to the crowd.
So at the top of the tree is, well, I'll do on the 1st day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a chuditch in a gum tree. Okay, we're now moving on to our chapter which deals with Christmas presents, which, let's face it, all the kids love that. And this group are costumed in fully sequined, sparkly dresses, accessorised with candy cane sticks. They're class act performers, a talented troupe of young professionals who regularly spread their magic around Perth, singing and performing at charity balls, corporate events, community events, weddings, parties, anything really. They performed at Dreamworld last year too, which was pretty cool.
And here we have the talented gymnasts from Mercedes College. I'm so glad I got to talk about Mercedes College. They're in the city of Perth and they're a great girls' school. I'm a big fan of their principal, Sheena Barber. And of course here tonight we see them doing some great things.
When all the kids head off to bed and rest their sleepy head, the dancing toy box comes alight and they dance under the starry night. This is Dance Etc., a brilliant and colourful assortment of toy-themed costumes for us.
The Royal Agricultural Society of WA Brass is WA's most successful community band, and they have a history dating back 52 years.
Now the white marching boots you can see on these guys and the colourful uniforms, that means it's the members of Marching WA. It's a small but dedicated group continuing the proud tradition of precision drill marching. Marching really is a sport for all ages. They're well represented.
And hot on the heels of those girls is the beautiful Nutcracker Soldier.
New one.
And this is a brand new float following the theme of the Nutcracker Ballet, also known as the Christmas Ballet. And there he is, a huge Nutcracker Soldier, looking very handsome.
The Nutcracker, we're continuing the theme of the Nutcracker because we've got the ballet and we've also got a very large float coming up behind them. We'll see it in a moment. It's a big, there it is, the Nutcracker Chandelier, featuring more of the ballerinas from the Samantha Jane School of Ballet.
And within that, you can also see the Mouse King and the Drosselmeyer, also known as the Toy Maker. That is spectacular.
I can see that big chandelier, maybe down at Council House, Lisa.
In my office.
In your office. There you go.
We see now the Year 6 class of Quinns Rocks Primary School, and they have an array of costumes that are bringing colour and joy to the pageant. We can see some smiley-faced clowns, some very clever marionettes, and also face-painted hero dolls.
Oh, there's Fairy Queen Caroline. There you go. She's a favourite. It means Santa is on his way, folks.
Okay, spreading a spot of magic here and a spot of magic there. There's the Ladybird Entertainment. They specialise in all kinds of things, from kid parties through to festival fun. And tonight we see a troupe of these cute ladybird fairies in bright red and black costumes, twirling their spotty parasols, following through there with some splendid Christmas fairies.
This now is the Vasek School for Violin and Strings Tour Ensemble, who have been performing for many years for various civic and cultural events around Perth. The students on board are showing us their talents. They've dressed as wonderful Christmas fairies, especially for the pageant. And also joining the violin fairies on there is Mei-Lin Chu from GWN 7 News. There she is, giving a big wave in the centre. There she is. Hello, Mei-Lin. Welcome aboard to all of our viewers on GWN 7, of course, right around Western Australia. Thanks for being part of our Channel 7 and the West Australian Christmas Pageant for 2012.
Now we can see the Eco Fairies, and they are a community green folk putting the play back into sustainability. Led by Fairy Cara, the Eco Fairies are here to make positive change in our world. And they're dressed in recycled clothes, and they've been upcycled into fairy wear. They believe living green can be a whole lot of fun. Eco Fairies are always reminding us to recycle our old presents and to save our cards and wrapping paper where we can for next year.
Santa's almost here, but we've got Wasamba here. Let's just pause and listen to this. This is loud Rio-style percussion. This is the big finale, folks. This is what we've been waiting for. It's the fella in the big red suit. And, of course, no Christmas pageant would be complete without him, would it? The grand old gentleman, Father Christmas. Here he is.
And the reindeers.
And the reindeers towing him along on the sleigh.
Hi, Santa. Looking beautiful.
Merry Christmas, Santa. Thank you for your Christmas wishes. He's got some little helpers from the Centre of Rhythm on there as well. He's made a long trek down, Santa. He's not getting any younger, but he manages to get here every year.
He never lets us down, and for 41 years, Father Christmas has travelled from the North Pole to appear in our Perth pageant. And we would like to remind all of the boys and girls to really be on their best behaviour as we count down to Christmas Day 2012.
Lisa, have you had a good time? It brings our pageant to a close.
Mark, it's been overwhelming, and I have to say, what a beautiful array of costumes. The new floats are just divine.
From all of us at Channel 7, the West Australian, Lotterywest, the City of Perth and the RAC, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good night from us.